years of anger and years of feeling like I've never been able to do anything with these feelings that I feel coming out. And I think that's why there was so much excitement when them black men was skipping. They were excited about this fight because it was
man.
like, this gives me an excuse to show you what I could do to you
Exactly.
if I were built like you.
And somehow there was still restraint. They didn't go onto that boat and do none of them people. Them people came off the boat themselves. And then of course we know how it ended. But like, you know, like I just it just felt great.
It was
It was a monumental moment.
Yeah.
In American history.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's
I saw
all I
somebody
can
who
say.
got a really dope tattoo. Of, you know, something that I think will be a symbol of pride for us for years to come. But we'll make sure them little charges get dropped before we really talk about
Yeah,
it.
the thing that nobody saw.
Yeah, that what?
Yeah, I don't know what the police thought they saw, but
That's crazy. Who
that's-
would do that?
that's interesting. I don't
Who
know.
would do that?
That's a great question.
So yeah. So yes, I mean, you know, shout out to the culture. I actually saw on TikTok there was a live going on where our African cousins were actually talking about the brawl.
No
And
shit.
and they were actually taking pride in what had happened, and they were talking about, you know, how there is an uprising amongst the diaspora as a whole right now.
That's dope.
And I thought that was I even thought that was a moment of unity, because anyone who is a what they were beginning to, I guess, call foundational Black American, we know that a lot of times we are on our own. Like, you know, anti-Blackness is exported from the United States, and sometimes it does.
Pop up on the
Sometimes, a
continent.
lot of times, it does hit our people within the diaspora.
Yep.
And so I sat in on this live and just to listen to, you know, our cousins from motherland actually like take pride in that, and then acknowledge our history, acknowledge our experience here in this country. I thought that was really cool. Like, yeah, I thought that was dope, because I'm not gonna even front, like, I don't really fool with it like that, because I know at the end of the day, like, a lot of those people are going to cozy up to white supremacy because they want to be close to the fire. And so I tend not to, like,
I always approach it with caution.
yes,
You know.
yeah. Well, and it's
Always.
not just people in the diaspora; it can be other minorities in America.
Yeah, because anti-blackness is the they figured it out. It's like the key to becoming American.
Right. Yeah.
And so
I mean, when the two brothers from Tennessee, remember when you know they were being
yes,
you know questioned on the House floor? The representative from, I believe, from India,
yep,
got up and began to point his finger. Oh my God, there was a lady on TikTok who said it best, and then I promise you, Jim Brown.
yeah,
He goes home.
yeah.
He goes home.
I feel like some of them are even okay with the porch, like honored to be on the porch, and
yeah, no,
that's
I'm
garbage.
good. Give me the backyard.
I'll show respect. I'll show respect. A solo artist or a front man or anything like that, and you know, MTV and VH1 and all that stuff was happening. It's hard, you know, just like any group, it's hard to get everybody rowing in the same direction. So then when the group ended, you know, I did what, you know, we always tell people, you know, have a plan B and all that stuff. And so, you know, I went to my plan B, and it almost killed me, like just not being able to create and put things out into this world. And so now it's just a matter of me getting
incredible.
having trouble finding. Food park ended after a month. You know, this piece that I painted needed a place to go. So that the amazing people at Forest Forward approached me, and they was like, "We'd love for your piece to live in the historic Forest Theater."
Yep.
And that shit was just like, I don't know. I still can't believe it, because I drive Forest Theater every single day. I lived in Oak Cliff for I think 18 years now, and just to think that uh, I have a piece that lives in such a historic building that my family has.
That's right.
My parents went on dates to the
That's right.
Forest
Your
Theater.
dad had a big presence
My
there.
dad
Yeah.
had a big. They used to go hang out there as
Yeah.
teenagers, and so just the fact that that building is being revitalized and becoming a cornerstone of this community again, or there's plans for it too, is yeah, it still hasn't quite hit me, but it still gives me chills every time I think about it. So
That's dope.
I'm excited about that. Yeah.
That's dope. Yeah, and I mean, even the level of detail and thought that you put behind those letters. So, y'all, I did go to the food park and I got to see the letters, and then actually got to see them in the Forest Theater when they Nathan and I got to attend a
It was like a launch.
yeah, soft
fun,
launch or something.
Yeah, fundraising lunch. Yeah.
A lot of rich people in Dallas were there,
Yes.
and so yeah, hell, was I don't know if I was your plus one or if I got an invite on my own. I don't even remember, but somehow we ended up there together.
I think you sent me because I think you texted me. You like, are you going to this thing? I was like, what thing?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then and then Forrest Ford was like, of course he can come. But I didn't know nothing about it.
So yeah, so we both know Elizabeth Watley, who's the CEO of Forest Forward, and so I'm pretty sure she had sent it to me. So I knew your art was gonna be there. But yeah, so we go to the event. It was great. There was a lot of money in the room. You could definitely tell that it was.
It was just so great to be in that building, man.
Yeah.
Dope. Yeah.
It was definitely like a dope fundraiser, and when they unveiled kind of the rendering and the plans for what they plan to do with the space and with the building, like you could almost, like it was like spiritual, like what was happening in the room, like this sense of magic of like, this is what the community has been needing, because art and our sense of expression has always been part of who we are. Like you said, you have to get your art out, and I feel like that's why we are so creative as a people, because we take all of our experiences and we take everything that we